Coverage you can count on continues with Drew Blair.
Season 5 of Fort Wayne's Smallest Winner has wrapped up. 27 contestants counted on the two co-founders to guide them to a healthier lifestyle and to ultimately shed some pounds. Rick Walters is one of our regulars here on the show, and he joins us now that everything has finished. Congratulations on another season in the books.
Thank you.
How's it feel?
A bit relieved, but it's usually a year-round project, and we're already preparing for season 6.
The day after the finale, you're ready to go on to the next year. I've asked you before, but now that it's all said and done, what has it been like to watch this batch of contestants go through what they just did?
You know, every year it seems to get better. I don't know if it's just because it's newer and fresher, but maybe we're better at picking people, but their attitudes this year were incredible from day one. Just so positive, and in the winners you'll meet today, you'll just see, I think they succeeded in one because their attitudes were so great from day one.
That's what it takes. You have to have that mentality to change physically.
Yes.
Absolutely. So what was the finale like last night? What did it all involve?
Well, it was a new venture because they've trained the last 8 weeks on their own, and we've never did that before. So we didn't really know what to expect. I weighed them on Friday, and their numbers were all unbeknownst to them. But we filled the auditorium. There was a lot of excitement, a lot of suspense, and huge successes.
Did you hear anything from the contestants about what it felt like to be there last night?
Just tons of excitement.
Yeah.
It was a new suspense that we really hadn't had in the past.
Definitely. Now, also, what you hadn't had in the past was this public division. People who weren't necessarily involved in the 27 contestants could lose weight on their own. How did that all work out?
It went great. Our winner was Brandon Mills. He lost 71 pounds, and he did it 100% on his own. He followed our website and our advice and our nutrition, but he didn't have the advantage of us pushing him every day, so that's a huge success story too. And 100 people started that program, so we touched a lot of people out there in the community that were losing weight just following us.
Yeah, and hopefully some of our viewers are included in that. I mean, because anything you can do on your own at home, you should be proud of that. Absolutely.
Yes, with the internet today, there's so much information out there. Just get smart on how to eat and how to exercise, and anybody can do it.
Well, since you did say you've already started work on it, let's talk about season 6. Are you going to include that public division?
Yes, the public division will be back, and anybody can do that. You'll just show in for a weigh-in, follow our site, you're included in the contest, and we have prizes for you at the end.
What's the timing like? When do people need to start thinking about signing up?
We'll start our commercials in January. Applications we'll accept in February. We pick our contestants in March, and away we go in April.
Okay. Rick, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Job well done. A lot of people have you to thank for the motivation and everything that got them to this point today.
Thank you.
And obviously, like you said, we will be hearing from a couple of the winners and a runner-up coming up later in the show, so we'll look forward to that. Thank you again for being here. We'll be back.
Coverage you can count on continues with Drew Blair.
Nearly 6 months have passed and more than 1,300 pounds lost. Our next two guests are a part of that winning formula of the Fort Wayne's Smallest Winner competition. And joining me now are the winner and runner-up of the competition, Chad Bunke and Sherry Ward. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
First, congratulations on a huge success. This is great.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Chad, you were the overall winner. Yes. So tell me, how does that feel? How much weight did you lose?
I lost 95 pounds.
Wow.
It still hasn't truly sunk in yet, to be honest with you. I was in amazement that I won, and it's just, it was obviously a goal that I set for myself back April 1st when we started this, and I did it.
Yeah. And what was that like last night? Because you obviously had been doing things at home for the last few weeks, as Rick explained earlier in the show, and so you really didn't know where you probably stood.
You could say you had ideas, you had inklings where you thought everybody else was at, but you just hoped and prayed that you were doing the right stuff that, Rick and Tina's program taught us, and me and Sherry are proof that we did.
Take a look at that. That's a before and after of you standing next to a little bigger than life size.
Yes.
But what do you think? What goes through your mind when you look at that picture?
I'm just in amazement that I hope I never go back to that, and I don't ever want to go back to that, because this is the new me, and I want to stay this way.
That's so great to hear. Sherry, runner-up is no easy task either. What does it mean to you to be one of the top competitors?
It's an honor. It was a surprise. I had no clue. As Chad said, I mean, you have an idea of your progress, but you have no clue where everybody else is. And we had no idea what we weighed in at. And you think, man, I hope Rick wasn't disappointed when he saw my number on the scale. But that I actually was someone that was a ranking place is an honor and a surprise. And the most exciting thing it was to me is it gives me more of a reason to tell my story. So the more people I can share Fort Wayne Smallest Winner with is my goal.
How much weight did you lose?
77.2 pounds.
Fantastic. I believe we also have a picture. There it is.
Yes, it is.
What's your reaction when you look at that?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed, and I don't ever want to see her again. I won't see her again.
That's a perfect segue into what I was going to ask, because I mean, it is easy now that all of the motivation surrounding this program is over. It could be easy to fall back into some old routines. So what are your plans to make sure that doesn't happen?
To basically continue with the nutrition regimen that we've learned for the past 15 weeks prior to the last 8, and continued on for 8 weeks on our own, to continue working out at least 3, 4, 5 days a week and moving on from there. And I mean, basically staying mentally strong through the whole process of actually living a healthy life, because that's where the problems start.
Certainly. None of this is easy. I mean, people know out there, anyone watching, knowing I really want to lose some weight, it's not easy for anyone. So what would you consider to be the hardest part, Sherry, through all of this process?
The hardest part from the very beginning, I guess one of the things that sunk into me, there was a couple things. I said nutrition, and because I always thought, if I'm moving, I have to be downsizing some, but it's truly 80 to 90% what's going into your mouth. And that is the hardest part, because it's our daily routines. And eating healthier is not only generally more expensive, but time consuming to plan it. And so the convenience factor is something that took a while for me to get used to, of not having or getting better at.
Absolutely.
And the one thing that if I can say to anybody is one thought one of the nutritionists taught us was, it only tastes good when it goes into your mouth. Like once you've chewed it, it's just landing somewhere. So
that is very well
try to
put.
remember that.
It is. Chad, do you have anything to say for any advice you'd like to give people watching?
I mean, it's tough to say advice, but I mean, just get up, get active, get moving, try to read labels, watch what you're eating, and I mean, if I can do it, I mean, you've seen the cardboard cutout of me, what I looked back on April 1st, and now we're on September 9th, and this is the new me, and if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Exactly right.
Amen.
Thank you both so much for coming in, and again, congratulations on your success, but you just telling your stories is inspiration instantly for everyone out there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.